Welcome back, everyone, here to the final map of the final series for the day of European coverage of that CEVO MLG Pro League Season 7. It's Titan versus LGB eSports. Had that match on Overpass. Titan were able to squeeze out the win, although it was pretty close. And this is actually Titan's pick now coming into... No, sorry, this is LGB's pick now. It was Titan that picked Overpass, despite it being one of LGB's better maps. And then Dust 2 coming out of nowhere, really, in Europe, where it's been getting banned so often in this league. But here we go, kicking it off on that pistol round.
I think that the final choice for LGB was between Dust 2 and Cash, and clearly they just didn't want to play against Titans Clash, which is why we have Dust 2, which is a map that neither of these teams have played in CEVO MLG, and both have like 4 or 5 bans, I believe. So yeah, it is a bit of the it's kind of nice to be casting this map again, I guess, but still it's going to be an interesting start because LGB, they are playing this very slowly, just snaking their way through long. 3 players. The bomb's still on B, so they're trying to sell this fake. And Kenny S, from behind the car, gets 1, but that's all he's going to pick off. It is a very difficult position to worm your way out of if you do have multiple assailants, and he finds out the hard way that's the case. However, the CTs aren't biting too hard on this. You still have Apex, who's the free roamer in mid, who can easily rotate back towards B if this push comes in. So LGB, yes, they get the 1-for-1 trade, but Titan are still in pretty good shape.
Yeah, Canaz was trying to sort of exploit sitting behind the fire of that car. Although that has been fixed and toned down a little bit, he was still able to catch 1 and a little bit of damage onto PRB. Let's see, though. It's going to be the mid to B split. Definitely more towards B, though. 3 players coming out of tunnel, 1 lurking around middle. RPK, though, from the back of the plat. Going to take down 2 just like that. And a 3rd he'll assist on. Existence comes in and helps out. Zev is now moving in. 2 kills for him on the round, but very, very low. 25 HP as he tries to work his way in. Bomb down in the sight, but not in a good way. Not planted and running out of time. Honestly, maybe should have waited and killed him after time. That would have been so painful to the terrorists.
That is true. That is true. And it was only about a second or 2 they had to wait as well.
Yeah, it was about 1 second.
Bit of a head-scratching moment there. But I guess the bloodlust descended, the red mist descended, and Titan just wanted frags, and they just wanted them quickly. 2 scouts on the side for them, P90 UMP and MP7. So dipping in there and pulling out a bunch of different weapons. Zevez is already down to 14. I think he was tagged by a scout up mid. Apex has pushed it with the MP7, but he falls down. And Rubino now looking for a second frag. They have got 2 in return. RPK is going to fall down as well. What a strange round this has been. Just everybody opening up in mid.
RPK just stood his ground on those stairs and did not stop spamming that P90. So the player that re-peeks in was still just getting riddled with bullets, but found the kill. So it'll be Existence and Maniac Scout and UMP in hand against Tech9 and a P90. So LGB still with the chance, bringing that bomb back towards T-spawn. Kind of maybe fortunate that the Scout is not, peering up there, watching for a cross or something. As middle and B, looks like Existence is going to get a lot of information. Hey guys, it's not B, and you'll see immediately with that Maniac flips right around over to A.
Yeah, getting that key information. Zevez so low as well. I mean, I'm not expecting too much from this push from LGB. They're going to have to try and get the long-range Tech9 Dink, maybe, or get that P90 in effect. They do have smoke to cover the cross. 30 seconds, Maniac's on the elevator. There's the flash as well, and instantly Existence gets a quick reaction shot onto Zevez, and then switches to his Tech9 and gets his second frag of the round. The Titan pick up the 2-0. It was a bit of a costly round for them, though. They did lose 3 players.
Indeed it was. Let's see what they'll want to go in for, though. They have that P90. Just stick around, and I'm sure they will keep it here. Still, you're going to have submachine gun versus no armors and pistols, so it's about the best situation you can have. And I mean, if it was LGB, we know that they'd keep it even into the first couple rifle rounds, as they love their P90s. But here we go. That Scout stays alive. They'll hand it over to Kenny S. They'll warm him up on the Scout. Maybe pull out the op in that next round as long as everything goes to plan here. Apex finds a early kill onto Rubino. So it is 5-on-4. Zev is still kind of spotting out middle. Existence and Apex both there as the bomb once more geared up to go towards B.
It is, but look at RPK snaking his way in. There's 1, there's 2, looking for a 3rd. Doesn't get it, and now Sentries with the frag. He falls down. It was Polly. You did fall in the end for LGB. They are going to be able to get AK-47s, but again, it's pretty much going to be a couple grenades here and there, very scarce buys. And Titan only have the one SMG, and it's a P90, which is more than capable of just spraying through players and getting frags. So Titan already looking like they're in good shape. But this is the first test. LGB now with AK-47s and the smokes. How are they going to approach this round?
Well, it looks like slow and steady off the start, just kind of spreading out, running that claw strategy. Have one person everywhere watching. PRB actually catches that aggression, but you know, they didn't go in alone. They went as a two-man squad, and RPK will come out alive and with the frag, and Apex will take off the head of Poly out towards middle. So suddenly the holding fast strategy of those T's does not quite work out. And they've got themselves in a 4-on-3. Rubino, though, to even it right back up as Maniac tries to push down the catwalk. Should note, Zevez very low. Apex as well at 41, and actually taken down through the door. So LGB, even a man down, will turn it around.
Look at this movement from RPK coming down the stairs. Zevez seems to have his spidey senses tingling. Does get the headshots, nicely done. And it's Kenny S who's on A. And Kenny S is typically long or A, and this is a position that he's consistently in unless he's peeking mid at the start of rounds. So they knew this one. Oh, he still gets the kill onto Zevez through the wooden doors. What did I just witness there? The bomb's been dropped, and Kenny S. Is this going to be a ridiculous 1v3 clutch? We've seen crazy things from him this season on CEVO. Is he going to add one more?
I mean, you've always got to keep it in the back of your mind as a possibility when it is Kenny S. I mean, he hit the one at the cross, so he's warmed up on the round. He's got that pop flash coming over. Doesn't actually grab either of them. That one, though, was actually, I think that was the team flash coming in. They got Rubino that was trying to go over the wall. But it doesn't matter. He'll find Kenny S. And, I mean, well played for LGB to go down a man very early on the round, but still they're able to bring it back. Maybe a bit in parts of Apex kind of re-peeking middle and trying to get some more information, maybe too much information. And they had to kill him for it. So, I don't know. Apex was the one that went down to even it back up. Zevez got a kill on 5 HP, so maybe that's something that shouldn't have happened. But whatever. LGB with the round, and Pauly now picking middle will bring down Kenny S. This was a forced up round. We got P250s, 5.7 armors, even a Mag 7 there for RPK.
Oh, that flashbang was so poor. Oh dear me, LGB. They've just derped hard in tunnels. They tried the pop flash, it bounced off the wall and flashed Zevez. And it was RPK who had the Mag 7 who was waiting for them. They knew he'd pushed up from mid because he was spotted. And that flashbang just cost them 2 lives. Now it's back on a 3v3. He's dropped the Mag 7 to pick up an AK. And LGB, they may have just played themselves out of this 5th round. That was difficult to watch. They have lost sentries. Deary, deary me. I'm not sure if you caught that, Helium, but it was pretty brutal. Rubino is going to get a frag back, though, and try and claw this round back from the ashes.
Yeah, so just like that, another close one. 2-on-2. Bomb coming up long. Rubino's like, hey, site's clear. Let's get up here. Let's see if Pauly, though, will survive the crossing. And it looks like he will because no one's watching it. Both RPK and Existence are coming up the catwalk. Pop flash and a smoke is about all they have. No grenades to, you know, bounce off pizza. One will drop off of the catwalk to have that 2-pronged attack. Rubino will catch down Existence, and now they're probably thinking, where is RPK? Pauly has finally spotted him out, and actually jumping off the plat was, who was that there? Rubino, and they'll bring him in. They'll find another round, and that should put Titan onto that full eco here in round 6.
Fair play to LGB as well. You know, I thought they'd played themselves out that round with the poor flashbang and then losing 2 players, but great tenacity. I think it was Zevez and Rubino at the end that clutched that, so very nicely done. They saved themselves up the AWPs. That's Pauly that's going to be running with it. Has a quick shot across mid. 4 players stacking CT from Titan, and Sentries is going to find that out alongside Zevez, as it's going to be a long push, so they're potentially moving into the trap here that the Frenchmen have set up, but those Molotovs are going to do something. Surely no, they've been extinguished from the smoke. Here comes the retaliation from Titan in the form of Kenny S, but PRB from long puts him down out of his misery. Sentries from Car is trying to tap his way to glory onto Maniac, who has the USP, gets the headshot onto PRB. And with Rubino and Sentries so low, this is not over just yet, Helium. There could be another twist in this round.
Oh, Existence trying to push that smoke, but it was being watched. Pauly locks down the catwalk. So 2 kills. They get Zevez and PRB going down right there. LGB have now taken 3 in a row, and a slightly more impressive one, right? Because they had to start out and win 2 rifles in a row, where it was Titan that had the pistol and the anti-ecos under their belts. So let's see what happens here. Another solid rifle round into round 7. Pauly with the op. Kenny S without one. We'll see how that plays in to Titan's chances in round 7. And let's not forget, if you're new to CS and watching, or just forgot about Dust 2 somehow, the map is fairly even. So it could just be a back and forth ride all the way till the final round. As Maniac, oh my gosh, just getting tagged up and sprayed down by Rubino. Cannot retreat out of that smoke. Terrace controlling long now with the man advantage. 5 on 3.
Sentry's moving all the way into B completely for free. Gets the kill as well. It's going to be darting back to pick up the bomb and try and plant this one. Meanwhile, Zevez keeping the CTs busy on long. RPK and Apex to be pushing him there. Goes the flashbang. RP gets the frag just beforehand though. But the damage surely has been done here from LGB. Rubino's in a good position to strike, but he gets taken down. And now, LGB could end up having quite a costly round ahead of them. They're going to try and flush out the CTs and keep these weapons from being saved. They could lose a couple more players in the process because Apex throwing up the flash and now the smoke. He is hungry for frag. Sentries is still around there with an AWP. It's Pauly that's got the AWP, of course, and he does connect it onto Apex, and that's on RPK. He's being encircled. Flashbangs left, right, and center. He's being forced down. There's the first one onto PRB. Nearly gets the second. Instead, it's 4-3 to LGB, and that is really impressive considering they were 3-0 down.
Yeah, they were definitely able to dig in and fight right back. And that's right there going to put Titan on the eco again. Not able to hold on to any of their guns. I mean, they were posted up at long. It is a pretty good position to just try to hold on and fight back. But LGB on that cheaper side, yes, they took some heavy casualties, but, they're fine. They've got all their AKs, all their nades, op up on Pauly, and here goes Rubino. Could be in some trouble. We see that a lot of grenades coming in. He's trying to dip, duck, dive, and dodge them. He'll get one, though. Apex finds it with a 5-7.
So LGB, with this 1-1 trade, going to be feeling pretty good. There is the AK on Apex, and he is currently on long. Just one player, which is Existence, has a deagle, could potentially pull off a couple nice headshots, but that's not going to happen. And LGB continue their dominance through mid and B. It's really where a lot of the action has came down from them. A's been quite hotly contested, I'd say, between the two teams, exchanging frags, but B's been the bomb plant, what, the last 2 or 3 rounds, I believe?
Yeah, it has. Even though they were doing all that hunting over at A, the bomb had been planted in B. And, well, they'll get in there again. And more rifles coming out here into round 9 for Titan. Suddenly things are looking very difficult for them. Haven't been able to put a single rifle round up on the board, but, I mean, saving a couple times now. They'll go Existence, Kenny S, with the Ops, Maniac, with the Scar 20. And, well, I mean, this is cool, right? If this works for Titan, they'll be like, uh-oh, how do we get past the Ops and the Scar 20s? But if they don't win, they've just spent so much money, and they will be broke. Let's see what happens. They push Cat. Apex will find sentries. Coming out middle, Kenny S. Oh my gosh, Zevez needed to bring home that kill, but at least he got Kenny S to 5 HP. 5 on 3.
There's the pop flash. RPK following up with some damage. Gets 2 kills, but more importantly, the bomb's been dropped. Alongside PRB, Apex jumps around, well, caught with his pants down around his ankles, but still somehow gets the frag, and a clear-cut round for Titan in the end. Didn't lose a single play, and I mentioned before an overpass, it was very likely we'd see that Scar 20 coming into play on the CT side. It's a map where long range certainly is a beneficial way to approach it. With the Scar 20, you can lock down the backside of B behind the boxes and just pretty much keep spraying, but it's just as viable in mid or A, to be honest, as well.
Yeah, I still got to be a little worried about running a triple scoped setup. Like, it can be a bit greedy, and if you happen to lose a sight, then you don't have rifles to trade out to go for those retakes. But yeah. I guess it doesn't matter if this well-timed counter-aggression from Apex just keeps finding kills. And of course, the Ops, Kenny S on the last round, Existence here on this one, and looks like that'll be enough to tie it up. Although Rubino Pauly sentries might have something crazy planned. They got to lurk out towards the B tunnels and the bomb kind of chilling outside of long. RPK shuts down the lurk, so now it's just up to Rubino and Pauly. And then coming out middle, Apex once again still on Cat, and wow, 3 kills for him on the round. Beautiful stuff. And then there it is, tied right back up 5-5.
It seems this is going to go a very similar route to what we saw on Overpass as well. I mean, it ended up being, what, 16-11, but it was a lot closer than that for the majority of the map. And Dust 2, as I think you mentioned earlier, Helium, is one of the closer maps. You know, I think a lot of people would say it's CT biased, but I definitely don't see it being hugely CT biased. I think T's can put up a lot of rounds. It's one of those maps that with the changes, the double doors... Oh my goodness, they're rushing up mid. And completely catching T's off guard as well.
Yeah, well, no kidding. It's catching me off guard. You're a team with 2 ops and an auto sniper, yet you're just running up middle? Like, what is even going on as existence, man? 1, 2, and 3. Like, cross on this guy again. Where is Zevez? Zevez is coming up catwalk, and that's going to be smoked off. But what a round there. Existence just gunning him down. I think Maniac actually assisted on all 3 of those as well.
Yeah, I think I crossfired though. And now Zevez, 15 HP, good luck to you. I don't think you got too many chances here of clutching this one up, but the point I was making is this could really go right down to the wire between these 2 teams. And there we go. Not too surprising that Kenny S will put Zevez out of his misery. They keep 4 weapons forward, so the economy is nicely building up. Now you can see nearly 11,000 on Apex, nearly 9,000 on RPK. You know, I'm going to chunk through some of that, but there's plenty of funds for them to dip into, whereas for LGB, I mean, it's the complete opposite. They're back to eco once again.
Yeah, I mean, here I was at one point thinking, wow, LGB, man, look how good they are. They've won all the rifles. They're going to run away with this. And then Titan's like, nah, we got this. I don't even know what's going on. Titan are doing some crazy strats right now. Ever since they've gone in for the double op Scar 20 setup. And not only double op Scar 20 and sitting back, they've been using these and just going, you know, crazy aggressive on every portion of the map, especially Apex off the catwalk with his M4 has been too much for them to handle. And Pauly will be brought down at long, trying to work their way out middle with these pistols, looking for a deagle headshot onto Kenny S. But here's Apex pushing on Cat. Will only find 1. RPK gets Rubino, and it's only PRB on his lonesome. He finds the head of RPK, but Kenny S gets him through the doors, and the expensive guns survive, and it's so many round 1s in a row that it doesn't even really matter what Titan do at this point. They'll be having guns until the end of this half, no matter what.
I guess maybe the mentality as well from Titan is trying to dictate the pace of the action here with the triple scope setup, because if LGB get too close with smokes, if they start using set plays, which is something they sorely lacked on Overpass, for example. So Pauly just gets the opening frag. Oh, they're actually going through long, but this long-range setup definitely favors you if you play aggressive and try and get those peaks. It plays into your strengths. Apex has spotted out Rubino on long, does get the frag. And LGB, again, they get the kill, but then they have to back away. They can't do too much about this. Pauly was heavily flashed. He gets dinked down to 20. He's now down to 2 HP. His Maniac is ringing out with the Scar 20. Pauly does land the shot onto existence, though, taking this back onto a 3-on-2 in their favor. And these are pretty crucial rounds as well, but they're still not over just yet. Pauly's been caught, and he has been
beautiful. Dropped. Apex gets boosted up, Cat.
Yep.
Yeah, it catches Pauly before he can retreat out. And that evens it right up, too, because they were trying to retreat out and, you know, gear things towards B. And the fact that he's running off of Cat tells you that. Like, hey, he's running off of Cat. They must be going B. Apex once more. He is the master of the catwalk. Another 3 kills on this round for him. But it's 1v1, him versus Zevez. And Zevez has got the bomb down. Time now ticking in favor of the terrorists. Zevez crossing over to the left side of the site in Apex. He's going to have to hunt for that kill, which means going all the way, pushing into these tunnels and looking for Zevez. It's going to be very tough.
There's a top fragger, though, on the side of Titan, who has a smoke as well, and a defuse kit. He may try something sneaky. He's gone for the fake in the smoke, drawing out Zevez, and gets the kill. So well played. It's going to be close, but I think he has it. Yeah, he does have the defuse. So well played by Apex. He throws down the smoke. You get a lot of these players that will throw smoke, try and ninja defuse in it. Draws out Zevez, gets the frag, and Titan get the 8th round.
And they will continue. Yeah, going to rebuy up that op. Scar 20 op. Why not? This is working. This is happening. Apex with 16 kills, though. It's funny because they're not even doing that much of the work. Like, maybe the loud op and the terrifying Scar 20 sounds are keeping LGB's morale down, but it's honestly, it's just all Apex. He has been slicing through Dust 2 and into the jugular of LGB like this whole game. Well, the whole game since Titan started winning rifle rounds. It's been
16-8 doesn't lie, does it? Like this guy has just been all over the place. Very reminiscent of how Zita was playing earlier today for Publicler as well.
Yeah.
Similar kind of style, very aggressive, getting a lot of picks and just being Johnny on the spot, getting huge impact frags. Now, LGB, they're going to be trying the short, but again, they haven't really done a great deal from these positions, and it's Kenny S now up on the boost. He gets himself 2 frags, drops down just like that with the flashbang. He manages to live to fight for another day. And the information has been passed across to the rest of the team, so you can see now they're stacking 2 players mid, realizing the likelihood is there will be a mid push, or maybe through short. Again, there's sentries. We've seen them get frags through the doors a few times already. But LGB only have themselves a smoke, a flash, and a grenade, and they've all just been dropped when Maniac chimes in with that kill onto CEVO-P. Kenny S from behind onto sentries, and Titan are starting to find their form. They're starting to find their rhythm.
Yeah, man, they've looked incredibly good since they've picked up this sort of unorthodox strategy. And Kenny S playing short with that op. I mean, that's kind of a position where, like, you should hit your first shot with the op, no problem. You shouldn't be able to re-peek, on basically the balance beam that is that ledge, re-peek in, get another frag, and then fall off. So him getting 2 is pretty big. LGB couldn't quite deal with it. Kenny S starts this round off hot as well. RPK going to go unchecked with that silence. Oh my gosh, that flash from his teammate was perfect, but Sentry still somehow able to find that kill. And the second onto existence. Kenny S really stopped him on the cross. Maniac sure is trying, and Kenny S takes down the bomber that was on the platform, trying to get in and bring down CEVO-P, but CEVO-P shoots him in the chin. Apex already flanking them. Incendiary to the site. Shuts down the player that's closer. That was PRB and the flame kill. Titan, man, they started off so rough. Losing 5 rounds in a row, but they strike right back with, 7 of their own in a row. Insane. 10-5, the score at half.
Yeah. It was very much a streaky half for both teams. 3-0 to 5-3 to 10-5. And now this pistol round is of paramount importance to LGB if they want to bounce back on this map. Well, again, it's the kind of map where CTs definitely can rack up a lot of rounds, but so can the Ts. And again, LGB, they find themselves a bit suspect on CT side, and I feel their Dust 2 strats probably aren't going to be fantastic. It's just where the Titan can exploit them. Let's see how they approach the pistol round. The bomb gets to spawn towards long. Are they going to try and use this? No, dropping it for Apex. Playing past the parcel with the bomb.
Hot potato. Existence will be the one with the mitts on, so he can handle it. He'll be the bomb carrier. He's got the nades to work with as well. And let's see. CEVO-P does have a kit, going for a kit, and will be playing in that B site, actually. Or A site, excuse me. My brain is working. Let's see, Titan trying to work out lower B. They will do a ton of damage to sentries. And actually, Apex is already worked up to the cross, and he gets sentries from the back. Now, CEVO-P is just being pinched on Cat. They know he's there. Apex actually flashed by his teammate. There was a flash coming over from long since the sky has been opened up there. Oh, RPK going to shut down that mid push, and maybe even further so. I think PRB has been found out. Existence planning for long, despite no one being there quite yet. PRB in the battle with RPK here at the mid double doors. He'll flash himself. Style points. And RPK to close it out with the burst.
No, that was such a key round for LGB, and just Apex, man. Apex, Apex, Apex. It's all the Apex show. Just rushing through, frags here, frags there. Titan now 11-5. That's a P90 for RPK. No huge surprises there from him. Existence with a Tech 9. So maybe opting towards an earlier AWP. Who knows? Just gonna have to find out here. As LGB with the force bite. Are they going to be trying anything special? 3 players stacked on long. The bomb, however, has gone down B tunnels already. Polly is in a pretty good position here if they push him. Flashbang through, but Kenny S meanwhile is doing work on towards the A site. Goes 1-for-1 trade. CEVO-P with the 5-7 opens up. This is definitely possible to clutch out from this position. He gets 1 headshot onto Apox, looking for a second, and he gets it onto Existence as well.
Oh, he's burning.
He is burning, and Rubino gets finished off, but Polly all the way around the back should get the upper hand onto Maniac, and indeed he does do just that. LGB proving the 5-7 is such a potent weapon, and they get their 6th round. So Titan, they're probably back to an eco. I mean, they may think about force spying here and breaking the economy back of LGB, but then that gets to dangerous territory. Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
If they do that, they'll probably then give up I guess just maybe 2 rounds, maybe only 1 more. I don't know. They could. I think enough players will be able to maybe get AKs or Galils and Tech 9 Force again, but then it can get shaky because you're not really having a full round, and eventually at one point you'll have to slow down and save. But we'll see. If anything, if they lose here, they probably just save, and at that point it would be, I guess, 11-8 before Titan finally get back on the road again with rifles. Of course, we still got to get through this one. They are moving up Cat, and they are ready to explode out of here. Let's see. There's a smoke going out. Another smoke for CT. Pop flashes. This is a set strategy for Titan. Let's see if it pays off. Molotov, though, is going to shut it down as the smoke's telegraphed it a bit. Apex, though, had jumped off Cat, pushes down, finds one at long. So they know that player is hiding out down there. It's like very low. Zevez with 2 HP, and the bomb going to go down in A, so it has paid off.
Yeah, you really couldn't write that kind of timing from Apex that completely just dissects the CT side. Here comes the retake in with the P90. And that is going to be all she wrote for round number 18, and it goes to LGB again. Well, there were a couple brief glimpses there of Titan potentially taking it when Apex, I think he dinked the second player along as well, so he got a frag and then dinked the second. But, nah, P92 strong. And Titan now, because they got the bomb plant, which is really, really important, they could go for another Force with AKs, and that seems to be what's happening. Existence goes for the Force, RPK's gone for P250 and armor. And they're hungry to get this. They realize they've got a buffer of rounds. They've got 4 more round buffer. They can afford to throw in a couple of these risky rounds and know they're still going to be ahead after it's done anyway.
Yeah, this one with the AK is going to be a pretty interesting chance for them. Existence will be a little bit broke. He or someone will have to try to save that AK if the round goes south. But they've got a good chance, right? With the, still an MP7 and a P90 out. Some pistols and armors on, well, just 2 players there, RPK and Apex. It's Maniac and Kenny S that are a bit poorer. They might want to go for those ops or the auto snipers again. We'll have to wait and see. As once again bunched up on Cat, you've got RPK kind of lurking around lower B. Oh my gosh, they're so blind. But it looks like they've done it. I mean, LGB is playing retake on this A site, so the bomb's going to go down again, which is really good to fuel this sort of forced up aggression that Titan's been pushing out these last couple rounds.
The weird thing there, though, is playing a retake when you know that the enemy is weakened is kind of playing into their weaponry, right? Because they got Tech 9, they got 2 P250s and an AK. They're not going to necessarily know the AK's on the board, but this is risky. This is a gamble play from LGB. They got completely outmoved there, outmaneuvered. Zevez does get the entry with the headshot, and there's Apex also following suit. So LGB do pick it up, but again, it is a bomb plant. That bomb's very
they don't
close.
even have time, do they?
That bomb's extremely close.
They don't have it. And it gets blown sky high. Uh-oh.
Wow.
Although at least there's only 1 casualty there, but unfortunately you've lost that round. Titan now are rolling. The ops coming out for Kenny S, and I mean, I'm really looking to Apex. Apex or RPK here, so to do the dirty work and find these frags for Titan. Apex been the more underrated player on the team for a while, but can definitely perform, and RPK is, I don't know, hasn't really lived up to his former CS Source glory, but does have his games where he does go pretty nuts.
I'm still speechless at that last round. I really am. LGB, wow. Okay, they've got the first frag. The weird thing there is that I said you're playing into the opponent's strengths, and then they got flashed like 3 or 4 times. They got stuck in position, end up losing a round that they should never have lost. So that risk gamble that Titan took paid off, and now LGB are in a force buy, and they do have a lot of weapons to play with, but 5 rounds behind on CT side, so the pressure is mounting more and more as Titan's starting to go onto A. Grenades firing in, sentries tagged down to 48. He is going to be returning 5.
Wow,
it gets picked off from Apex. Incredible reaction speed. But there on in, Rubino just says no thank you and holds down the trigger. Polly with the headshot onto RPK, and LGB do take it, but there's a couple of grimacing moments again there. Apex getting a frag, and I mean, just really should never have got that.
Yeah, he got like tagged up by the nade too, so he was like kind of slow peeking at the corner, and he was still able to get away with it. But in the end, it didn't really matter. Some stats for him, but if LGB makes a comeback and win, I mean, what do those really matter? So let's see, Rubino, see what he can do. So he's top of score, but not top of frags. He's got 14 kills. 18 is for CEVO-P. It's a pretty solid game. Actually, everyone pretty neck and neck for LGB, kind of carrying the weight evenly. You look at Titan, though, you got Existence and Maniac down there at 9 and 8 kills. That's definitely been Apex, RPK, and Kenny S leading the way here.
Double up setup has started well. Sentries with the frag there. RPK does chime back with the headshot, but that's all that's likely going to get taken for Titan on this map. Polly with a nice quick reaction shot onto Apox, but again the bomb gets planted. The cheek of these Frenchmen to plant the bomb in situations where they should be closed off. And I've got to say that LGB, yes, they win the round, but it's really poor to allow this many bomb plants. In ecos, when you're full weapons against nothing, and they had A site by and large locked down. And so Titan are just like, cool, we can walk in with pistols, we know that A is relatively weak. What happens when we have orbs? What happens when we have AKs? Like, we should be able to just walk in there and just claim it for ourselves.
I mean, they seem very set with their set pieces on the catwalk. Titan does, able to get win the rounds on the rifles, able to get the bomb down on these ecos, and even win them in some cases where LGB didn't retake fast enough and defuse it. It was a bit awkward. But here they go. Rifles now in their hands, a full round. Galil, though, still on Existence. Poly shutting down B with the op on the back plat. And Titan will just kind of swarm around the map and end up grouping up for that mid control, as we always see. But CEVO-P's flashing himself into long. That's going to be heard by Maniac, and now he will be spotted.
Get spotted, but so far no early casualties of war here. Still, it's short again, and you know, Titan, again, they know this is a weakened area. Apex drops down, he's done this a bunch of times, gets a bit too predictable. I don't think the smoke landed on point there. Rubino could see through the little gap in the smoke. And in doing so, Apex's push got well and truly squashed, but again, the bomb has been planted, and again, LGB are going to be looking for the rotate and the retake, and that's the first frag in this exchange going in their favor. Kenny S gets dropped. They only have a Galil and only one grenade to play with, which has just been thrown out from Maniac, but they're lining up for RPK. He's got one headshot. He's looking for a second. He lands that one as well, and Maniac comes back in, but he's been isolated with the Molotov. The bomb is ticking down ever so fast. He's looking for this quick push. He gets locked off from Rubino. And that is going to beat the round to LGB, but again, it was so close.
Yeah, that battle of that last remaining, well, not the last remaining, second to last remaining terrorist, I can't quite remember who it was for Titan, just not able to get the kills on those guys as they came up. If he had got one more, at least would have put it in a one-on-one situation, which then would have forced that CT. I mean, with the amount of time, actually, there's almost no way the CT could have won in that scenario. So it's unfortunate that maybe some shots were missed, but LGB are catching right back up. They had that eco for 2 rounds. They gave up 1 that they also should have won, but 3 in a row after that puts them now only 2 away. Rubino out here in middle. The spray down onto Kenny S. It's another sort of eco-ish. We've got armor round for Titan. And Apex will find CEVO-P, takes him down. And that grenade somehow just missing him, only doing 3 damage.
So close. He has been picked off on the crosshair by Rubino, who quickly transitions into mid, realizing that the short play would be probably going into mid after Apex couldn't peek anymore. PRB's there. There's Polly as well. This should be easy peasy as far as LGB are concerned. They have lost another player. That grenade's going to land close to Maniac. Does a bit of damage. Maniac spraying through the wooden doors, gets some damage off himself. And if he can land this next kill onto PRB, I mean, who knows? Maybe, just maybe, Titan could clutch this round. The problem is that there's a Molotov behind him, and he's getting cooked. Maniac, surely you know this, but he still gets the kill. And nearly the frag onto sentries. But the Norwegians have now got 4 rounds back-to-back, including 2 defuses. And another deja vu moment from Overpass, where they just refuse to go down without a fight.
Yeah, we see LGB having a good CT side, which Titan did end up having, but what we don't see is Titan putting any terrorist rounds together. Let's not forget that LGB took 5 in a row there, starting in round 4 of the first half. I mean, Titan do only need 4 more to close out the map, and maybe they'll do it with Kenny S. He took a lot of damage right there, so the trade comes out, and it's 4-on-4, everyone healthy. Polly going to spot another one at middle. Oh, misses that shot. We'll take the damage. Can he fall back in time? It looks like, no, whoa, actually, that was Rubino from long, I think, that hit the shot, right?
Yeah, it was, yeah. Very nicely done. He's now behind A side, so he's in a pretty good position to strike onto short as well, but that flashbang lands in his face. Existence spots the head and gets the headshot. Good
What a
night,
perfectly timed
Rubino.
Molotov, too. Like, as soon as that flash went over, even before it would just happen to be a good timing. But look at this backstep by Zevez. He's going to find two out here. That'll be the bomb. So, complete control of middle. They've got the bomb there, and it's only Existence. I'll have to do it all alone. He'll drop, and Pauly says, "What's up?"
Yeah, in the perfect position to strike. And LGB, one of the determining factors as to why they start to find themselves in a 5-round, potentially soon-to-be 6-round momentum amount, is that they just started playing really aggressive. Like, they're constantly going through long, constantly peeking through short and getting so much information, but also importantly, their timing's been on point, so they're getting frags when it counts. Zevez throwing the Molotov into long. There's going to be 3 players pushing him as the pop flash comes in. I think the pop flash was slightly off though, and the terrorists also flashed in themselves. So Zevez does get caught, and he gets punished as well. Meanwhile, Kenny with the Tech 9 misses his opportunity, and he gets punished from Rubino. And now it's RPK's turn to come in and connect some of those dots and chime in. Existence through long is getting himself kills. So again, Titan on a forced buy of Tech 9s with some Kevlar have taken 3 players down from LGB, and will be getting this plant down, barring this grenade landing by the feet of Apex, which it did, but did minimal damage. And if Apex can land this headshot, who knows, maybe Titan can clutch this round as well.
It's going to be tough. Existence is up here at car, but there is a player, as we know, coming up long. Existence will peek out, and what a shot. Apex peeking up from behind the boxes, brings down PRB up on the catwalk, and Titan will hold on and the post plants and win another round 13-12 as we get very close to the end of regulation. Will we see another OT today?
Well, I definitely wouldn't write it off. I definitely wouldn't write it off. And I wish there was a stat, you know, when you check the diffuses and how many players were alive and stuff, where the bomb was planted. Because I'm going to go ahead and say that, like, the last 5 rounds at least have been A forces from Titan. Maybe even more.
Yeah.
Maybe like 7
LGB went B like every round, and Titan have been the complete opposite, going A every round.
Yeah, it's just been their staple strat, which was getting called from LGB, but it's like they're executing it so well that LGB can't stop it. It's pretty crazy to watch.
Yeah, Titan, though, I mean, even though they've gotten the bomb down plenty of times this half, I mean, there's 3 diffuses, only 1 explosion, so it's been mostly LGB winning here on their CT side, but now they're about to be broken. This round would be 2 for 1, and that would be enough to put Titan on that match point, at least guarantee them overtime. Doubling up on middle, you can see Rubino just kind of watching that cross from CT, PRB as well, more or less watching long, but won't let anyone push out mid. Pop flash goes. PRB peaks, does not find anything. A minute off the clock in this round, and no one's even seen each other yet. And here we go, a pop flash. Oh, but a little too poppy. Gets caught before it even goes off. Maniac now in long, so Apex and Maniac open up the round in middle at long. Player in pit. Whoa, what a shot. And all 3 of those came in at within a millisecond of time, so only seeing Existence's kill at long.
There's a bit of lack of communication on mid there as well. I can't quite remember who it was. I think it may have been Polly and somebody else. They were going for the pop flashes, and the second pop flash was about 2 seconds too late. If it was a bit earlier, the pop flash would have connected, he could have peeked out, got a couple kills. In doing so, he was caught with his pop flash out, and then just got wrecked. So, as you said, it's basically a 2-for-1 round. Unless LGB can pull off some heroic P250 USP clutch, Titan will have 3 match points after winning over past 16-11, and they've already got a lot of info, a lot of real estate through mid. Apex is there, RPK's moving on to B as well. PRB's probably not long for this world. He's hiding behind the truck. Sentries through mid. He's trying to do some damage, and it is going to be 2 kills in quick succession. With the pistol, Sentries going back in for seconds. Look at all the HP on Titan, they're all so low. Polly, they're effectively all 1 bullet away from death, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Sometimes the armor will only do like 10 or 12, but it doesn't really matter. Maniac, he got that opening pick at long, took a bullet to the head, but luckily he was wearing a helmet. Survived and closes out the round with that last one. 15-12 now. Titan obviously won from winning. Let's see what they can do. Still hands, or rifles, excuse me, in the hands of LGB, or I don't know why I'm saying still. They've got them back finally, even after a decent chance in that last one. Polly somehow bringing down a very long-ranged USP shot. Let's see if they can hold. And let's also see if Titan will plant the bomb at A again, as they've done almost every round.
They've just been doing the same exact strat every time. It's send one player towards long, 3 or 4 players mid, one roaming around B, then move from mid to short, smoke, flash, run on site, plant site, win round. Like that's pretty much been a very simplified version of their strats. There's a lot more intricate details than that, of course, but LGB now finally starting to stack 3 on A, not going down long. They are leaving long very vulnerable on the potential push, but the gamble seems to have been paying out thus far. Here starts to come the set plays. There's this first smoke onto boost. They're not rushing in. This time they're looking to mix it up. They're faking on the A, going for the B play. But in fairness to LGB, they're not budging. They've still got 2 players on B, and if they get this crossfire down, it's going to be very tough for them to take. But Apex just walks in. He's like, yeah, no problem, mate. I'll get a running headshot on you and then spray PRB through the wall. Good night. The bomb's going to get planted. How can you deal when someone's entry fragging this well?
Yeah, this has been the story of Apex. I mean, RPK is not far behind, but Apex's kills have just been absolute insanity. And if I had to pick the men of the matches today, I'd go with Zita from Public Layer early on in that series versus Gamers 2, and it's definitely been Apex shining bright here for Titan in this series against LGB, which, well, Titan have taken it 2-0, so that puts them in a good position to continue to fight for that 3rd place amongst some of the teams like Mousesports and Na'Vi. And even really NIP, right? Because NIP have only played 6 games despite sitting in 2nd place. They could, slip up.
It's true. I believe they have got like 5 wins and 1 tie.
Yeah, they are. They've never lost a series, so they've got that going for them. Mousesports haven't either, but they've tied a whole bunch. They're actually the only 2 teams that have not lost a series, Ninjas and Mousesports. But it's only 1 tie for Ninjas and 5 ties for Mousesports. But both at 11 points. Mousesports, though, with 2 more series played.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's plenty more Counter-Strike coming up, and I think the other team that needs to play a lot of games is Na'Vi, right? They play like
they've
6.
only played 5. They
5.
have played the least amount. I mean, they're the team that have been traveling to so many of the lands in Europe, and actually why Europe's lagging a little bit behind, right? Because there have just been so many lands. We had, Gfinity, then we had Fragbite, then we had DreamHack, and almost all the teams that are in the Pro League are going to all of those. So it's definitely slowed things up, and it's going to lead us into a very exciting, I think the next weekend, or the next week and weekend is going to be packed, starting on June 23rd, and just like that whole week to close out June is going to be nuts with some great matchups.
Yeah, so we're going to see how the league shapes up right now. I mean, Titan winning that game, that was pretty huge, I've got to say, from their perspective, because now it's 2 points for a win, right?
Mm-hmm. It's
So
1 point per map win. So
1 point per map, yeah. So they're now 10 points. They're even with LGB, and only 1 point behind Mousesports with, well, actually no games in hand. So it's really tight at the top, and that's another reason why, going back to the previous best of 2, we were saying Gamers 2, the fact they lost that 2-0 is absolutely devastating for them. Because if they win that, they're currently on 13 points, or 12 points, sorry. They'd be in 2nd position, and they'd be right up there with the big boys. But as it stands, they could end up just slipping out of the top 4, top 5.
Indeed, they could. And, well, stay tuned in and maybe follow the channel here, mlg.tv/playcevo, as we counted down the last about week or 2 pretty much underway already. I mean, the last week of June is where it's going to be at. We'll, of course, have games tomorrow on Thursday, and then we'll resume right back again on Sunday through, well, maybe even more than the Sunday through Thursday, which is our regular schedule, because there's a few makeups, as I said, to get out of the way. So action-packed June here, if you like Counter-Strike and you're watching on MLG TV. Make sure to come back. And North America starting in about an hour and 40 minutes, so make sure to come back for that. Matches will be... let's see who we've got tonight, as it's a pretty tight race for 3rd there as well. Team Liquid versus Ace Gaming. Team Liquid needs to win that one. And Lunatic eSports versus Method. I don't think either of them are quite in the running, but still should be a good series. And, well, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.